A pattern is given 1 in the first row, 2 and 3 in the second row, 4, 5, 6 in the third row, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the fourth row. And if this pattern continues, then which row number the number 5437 lies? You can see that in the pattern, the difference between the first element in the first row and the second first element in the second row is 1. And similarly, the difference between the first row in the second element and the first element in the third row is 2. And similarly, third row and fourth row, the first element difference is 3. It's continuing in the sequence 1, 2, 3. So let us consider, let S is equal to, let's take the first term in the first row, first term in the second row, first term in the fourth row, and so on up to nth row. So let us consider nth term. We can say Tn is the first element. We can say here Tn is the first element in nth row. Now the same sequence we can also write 1 plus 2 plus 4 plus 7 plus and so on Tn minus 1 plus Tn. And if you find the difference, we can get S minus S 0. Here 1 and 2 minus 1 is 1, 4 minus 2 is 2, 7 minus 4 is 3, and next one is 11 minus 7 is 4 and so on, and Tn minus 1 and last Tn. And here we can say that there are n minus 1 terms will be there. Sum of n minus 1 natural numbers. We know that sum of n natural numbers is n into n plus 1 by 2, and sum of first n minus 1 natural numbers we can write n minus 1 into n minus 1 plus 1 divided by 2, and here it is plus 1 and minus Tn will go other side Tn. So we can simplify and write here 2 plus n into n minus 1 whole divided by 2, or we can write n into or n square minus n plus 2 upon 2 is the first element in the nth row. This is since in the first row one element is there and second row two elements, third row three elements and so on. In nth row there will be n elements whose first element is given n square minus n plus 2 upon 2, and there are some n elements will be there. So the last element we can identify n square minus n plus 2 upon 2 plus n elements are there and minus 1, because we can see that the second element is nothing but 2 plus 2 minus 1 in the second row, 2 plus 2 minus 1, and in the third row we can say here 4 is the first element, total 3 elements are there, minus 1, 4 plus 3 minus 1, 6. Similarly in the fourth row, so we can say the first element is 7, total 4 elements are there and minus 1, 7 plus 4 minus 1, 10. Similarly here the first element is n square minus n plus 2, total n elements are there, minus 1, and simplify, you will be getting the last element in nth row is equal to, we can simplify here, n square minus n plus 2 plus 2n minus 2 divided by 2, that is n square plus n upon 2, that is n times of n plus 1 upon 2. N into n plus 1 upon 2 is the last element in nth row. And now our number 5437 will lies between the first element and either the last element. So that we need to identify n square minus n plus 2 upon 2 less than or equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. Either it can be the first element or last element or in between any of these two elements. Then we need to find that which row is that. Means n stands that row. So let's check from the options. N square minus n plus 2 upon 2 is less than or equals to 5437 is less than or equals to n into n plus 1 by 2. Let's check the last number where n is a stands for nth row. First option 103. Suppose if I substitute here for n is equal to 103. So 103 into 104 divided by 2. So calculation will be getting 5356. So 5356 is very small number. So we can go with the next number because 5437 must be smaller than 53 this number n into n plus 1 by 2. For n is equal to 104 we can get 104 into 105 divided by 2. So after calculation we will be getting 5460. So 5460 is greater than 5437. So we can say that in this 104th row, in 104th row, our number 5437 lies because before number is 5356 which is very smaller. So we can say 5437 lies in the 104th row which is option B.